What's going on? Aaron Goldstein here. In this video, we're going to talk about something called the leverage effect. Another strategy, another tip, another principle you'll be able to use to start increasing your money. All rich people do this. If you look at all people that are making lots of money, about 98% of them do this. There's about 2% of them that don't, but about 98% of them do this. This works flawlessly, it works all the time, and this will actually allow you to work less, get more done, and make more money than people that don't use this. At the end of this video, you'll know exactly how this works and how to use it in your life. So I got this buddy James. Alright? James, he started a lawnmower business. Alright? So he bought a lawnmower, right? Didn't take that much money to start his business, right? He bought one lawnmower. And then he went door to door and he started knocking on doors and he started mowing people's lawns. And he got to the point to where it didn't happen overnight, but he got to the point to where he was mowing lots of lawns and making some money. So this is what he did. Let's imagine that it costed $100 per lawn to mow, and it took him an hour to mow a lawn. So if he had 10 jobs to do in one day, he could work 10 hours, mow 10 lawns, make $1,000, and $1,000 a day is pretty good. So that's what most people do. And that actually holds people back from getting rich. Most people want to do everything themselves. You might have heard the expression that says, hey, if you want something done right, do it yourself. We are no longer going to think like that. That's how poor and middle class people think. Rich people think, if I want something done right, I'm going to put the right people and the right systems in place to make it happen. Allow me to explain. What James did is James went out and he got some people to help cut lawns with him, right? He got a bunch of people. So, instead of mowing 10 lawns in one day and making $1,000, he would hire someone and he would say, hey, look, man, this is what we're going to do. You're going to hire these 10 lawns. It's going to take you an hour. I'm going to pay you $50. Each lawn you mow, you're getting $50. So you mow 10 lawns in one day, you're going to make $500. The guy that he hired was happy because, hell, he got to make some money. He had a job. He didn't have to invest in the equipment or put anything together. He just had to come in, do the work, and leave. He made $500. James was happy because even though he was making less money, right? So he wasn't making $1,000 a day. Now he's making $500 a day. He now had time to grow his lawn mowing business more. So what he did is he went out there, and now he had some money, so he was able to spend some money on advertisement, and he was able to grow his customer base. So now, instead of there being 10 lawns to mow a day, there was now 20 lawns to mow a day. He hired 2 people, split the money with them, so 2 people now working for him. Each person got paid $50 per lawn. James made the other $50 per lawn. So now he's at the point where 20 lawns are getting mowed a day. Each of his employees are cutting 10 lawns a day. They're each making $500 a day. I'm just using this as an example. I don't know the actual numbers. James now, though, is making $1,000 a day. So he's making the same amount of money he was making before, but now he's doing zero work. James has now expanded his business to where he has lots of people, lots of contractors, lots of people out there cutting lawns. He doesn't cut any lawns, and he makes a lot more money now because he used the leverage effect. The leverage effect shows you, teaches you, the principle behind it is you use other people's time and skills to make you money. This is how all businesses work that make lots of money. You ever see people out there and they're making lots of money and they're not doing any work? It's because they have people in place and systems in place combined working like a well-oiled machine to make them money. Excuse me. This is a secret, guys. Rich people do this. Poor and middle-class people don't do this. This is very powerful. Think about a McDonald's. When you go to the McDonald's, you ever see the owner saying, hey, man, it's going to be $5.50, and then the owner's like, oh, man, shit, I've been here for 10 hours. I'm tired. I'm sweaty. I got to fucking take the trash out and stock the thing and clean this and wipe down the tables. The owner is on some yacht playing golf. I don't know. I don't know where the owner is, but the owner is usually not in the store. And the owner has never taken my order. You want to know why? Because the owner of a McDonald's has people and systems in place. So the McDonald's runs without the owner. So the owner doesn't have to be there. There's certain times during the week food comes in. Once the food comes in, it gets stocked. There's people that open. There's people that take orders. There's people that make the food. There's people that, when the cash register gets too full, there's a manager, someone that, does a drop. I've never worked at a McDonald's, but I've worked at other fast food places, and it's simply how it is. The cash register gets too full, the money drops down, and it's a machine. See, guys, there's people and their systems put together that the owner uses, so the owner doesn't have to be there, but the owner can make lots of money. You want to start thinking about how you can use this in your life. And maybe you don't need this right away, but a few months from now, maybe a year from now, maybe a couple of years from now, you will be able to use the leverage effect in your life. I've used this when I've had businesses. I will outsource stuff, right? So I used to have this business partner, and he would make flyers, right? We did nightclubs together, and he would make flyers for nightclubs, all right? Well, we got to the point where we were making over $100,000. So I said, dude, we're making over $100,000. Let's fucking pay someone $50 to make a flyer for us. That way you don't have to spend 8 hours doing it. Well, he didn't want to do that. He was like, he had the poor middle class mindset. He was like, I want to do it all myself. Well, by doing that, it forced him to grow the business, expand the business, right? It forced us from getting other clubs, right? It kind of it made us have to do more work. It would have been better if he just allowed someone else to do the flyer. Just like James allowed people to cut the lawn so he could get more contracts, so he could expand the business. Just like the owner of a McDonald's has people and systems working. So the owner of the McDonald's doesn't have to be there. The owner of McDonald's can go open up another McDonald's and another McDonald's. Where I live, the McDonald's by me, I think there's a guy that owns 8 of them. Okay, he's making a lot of money, guys. He's probably making, I don't know exactly. I would bet any amount of money he's making over $1 million a year. I don't know if he's maybe making $5 million a year or more than that. He's making more money than any of the employees, but he's the one that put the systems in place, that put the people in place, and put up the money to make it happen. So that's called the leverage effect, guys. Hopefully you guys got some value from this video. And, as you go about your day, start to think, how can I use the leverage effect in my life? What areas can I use the leverage effect on? And if you're going to start a business, or if you're going to, even with a job, you can have a job and use the leverage effect in certain parts of your business or in certain parts of your job to make your life easier. There's actually there was a story where it was on the news. There was this guy that coded computers, right? So he made code, all the techie stuff for computers. And he was making, I don't know what his job was paying him. It was like $80,000 a year. He found someone in another country to do the same job for $20,000 a year. So he literally went to work and he just watched videos on YouTube all day. Because he paid someone, he was making $80,000 a year, paid someone $20,000 a year to do all the work. The guy did really good work. The work the guy did was great. So the guy would do the work and he would just sit there and he made $60,000 a year. Okay? And so it was a little bit less, but he literally had to do no work. And he would just watch videos. He said he got on Facebook and he was like, all right, at this time I watch videos. This time I'm on Facebook. This time I'm, watching a movie. He just kind of did whatever he wanted to do. So you can use the leverage effect in a job just like you can use it for a business. My name is Aaron Goldstein, and I will see you on the next video.